There's this part of the Bible that doesn't get talked about enough. It's about the 144,000. Yeah, that strange number from Revelation. People ask, who are they? Why 144,000? What do they do? But the real question we're diving in today is this. When will they be sealed? Because the Bible doesn't just tell us who they are. It gives a prophecy that hints at when it'll happen. So let's keep this real. I'm not about to throw 15 verses at you or start breaking down Greek words. We're using just 2 verses, and they're going to give us the full picture. First verse, Revelation 7 verse 3, it says, "Do not harm the earth or the sea or the trees until we have sealed the servants of our God on their foreheads." All right, let's unpack that. This is a message given to 4 angels. These angels were holding back the winds of destruction, like chaos, judgment, major end-time stuff. But before they let go, before they bring all that judgment down on the earth, they get told, wait. Why? Because the servants of God need to be sealed first. Think about that. Before the real shaking begins, God puts a pause on everything. Like, hold up, I gotta take care of my people first. That's what the sealing is, God marking his people as his own. It's spiritual protection, and this tells us exactly when it happens, before the destruction starts. So if you're trying to figure out when this 144,000 group gets sealed, it's right there, before any major judgment hits the planet. Not after, not halfway through. Before anything happens, God steps in and says, "Let me mark my people." Now that alone is powerful. But let's look at the second verse, because it shows what happens after they're sealed. Second verse, Revelation 14 verse 1. It says, "Then I looked, and there before me was the Lamb, standing on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, who had his Father's name written on their foreheads." Okay, now we're at the finish line. The Lamb is Jesus. Mount Zion, that's his kingdom. And guess who's standing with him? The 144,000, sealed and victorious. They're not running, they're not hiding, they're standing. They've been through it all, and they're still with Jesus. And the seal? It wasn't just some sticker or magic word. It says they had his Father's name written on their foreheads. That means identity, ownership, loyalty. These people belong to God, and everyone could see it. They didn't get that seal halfway through the chaos. They had it before the storm ever hit, just like Revelation 7 verse 3 said. So now you see the timeline. First, before the earth is harmed, the 144,000 are sealed. Second, after the chaos ends, they're seen with Jesus, still standing. That's the prophecy. And honestly, this tells us something big. God doesn't wait till everything falls apart to take care of his people. He does it first. Before judgment, before wrath, before the world flips upside down, God secures his faithful ones. It's like he's saying, let me seal those who are truly mine, then let the rest unfold. So what does this mean for you? It means now is the time to stand with God. Not when things get tough, not when it's convenient, but before the storm. Because that's when he's doing the sealing. And the 144,000, they're not just some random elite group. They're regular people who stayed loyal. They followed the Lamb even when the world went the other way. So yeah, this prophecy, it doesn't just tell us who they are, it tells us when it all goes down. And if you're listening now, that means God's still sealing. He's still calling. And maybe, just maybe, he's calling you.